Now we're going to stack the cake and tier it. We need things for supports. These are a little bit large, but it's all I've got. I used to use straws, but I've run out. McDonald's straws are really good. These are proper cake decorating ones from Spotlight. I take myself a 6-inch, actually that's a 7-inch, whoopsie. Okay, here's a little pack of them. And then I work out roughly where my other cake is going to sit. I'm going to take a pin and just put a few pricks. I'm only going to use 3 of these because they're pretty big. Just going to make sure those pricks are inside of that, which they are. And then I'm just going to take one of these supports and just jam it straight into the cake until it hits the bottom. After that, I'm going to mark carefully not to touch the cake because this is not a food safe item, it's a Nico. Mark a dot on it and then pull it back out. You'll see that's brought some cake with it. This dot's how I know where to cut my stick. And then I'm going to cut the others to the same length. So I'm going to go away and do that with a knife. Okay, I'll put them back in, that one back in, exactly where it was. And these two can go in also where my pin pricks are. Putting them just inside of the pin pricks to make sure that I'm not going outside of the middle of the cake. So what that's going to do is hold the weight of the other cake once I plonk it on there. You can just see a little bubble forming in my cake, which I don't like. If you let a bubble go away, if you don't fix a bubble, they grow really large and make the fondant stick out everywhere. So if you see a bubble forming, just prick it with a pin and then go over it with your smoother. So my plan is to stick the cake bang on top of those and for that thing to hold the weight. So I should put a little bit of ganache or something down here just to stick and hold the board. Doesn't need to be much. Just a little bit there. That will glue the cakes together. And sometimes, if you're lucky, you can use your hands to do this with the cake. Just not sure how lucky I'm going to be. I'm going to just decide which of this cake is its best side so it can be the front. And then based on that, I'm going to try and pick it up with my hands and plonk it straight on. And it's not quite even yet, so it needs to come back just a smidge. And you just got to look from the top to work out if you're roughly in the middle. If you're pedantic, you can get a ruler and measure the distance from the sides. I'm not that pedantic. So now I've got a 2-tier cake. In a bit of time that'll sort of sink down on itself. You can see it's still looking pretty sloppy, which is fine. My next step's going to be to flick some royal icing and fluorescent colours on it. And then my final step will be to put ribbon around it and maybe do something with the cake board to decorate it a little bit as well.